I wish I could talize how many times family was used in this movie, but if it was a drinking game and I took a shot every time someone said family, I'd probably be dead. The Fate of the Furious is the 8th film in the Fast and Furious franchise. That is something I never thought I would say. This is directed by F. Gary Gray, who recently directed Straight Outta Compton. He also directed Friday, The Negotiator, and The Italian Job. This stars everybody from the last few movies, and we also have Charlize Theron added to the cast. So if you've seen the trailers for this movie, you know exactly what's going on. Dominic Toretto has gone rogue. Charlize Theron is possessing him. Why is that? Not going to spoil anything, but when you find out, it is quite interesting, and the crew has to get Dom back to the way he was and reunite the family. I have come to appreciate this series very, very much within the last few years. Ever since Fast 5, this series has been something that I've come to adore. Like, I love that movie so much. I still think it's one of the best action movies of the last 10 years. Watching that movie made me think, this series is more than just street race and stuff. There's actually more to it. And that was a heist movie. And then Episode 6 was the Star Wars. And then Fast and Furious 6 came out. And that showcased the ridiculousness, but also having a good story to it and really great action. Then the 7th one came out a few years back, Furious 7. And that did the same thing. So far, this franchise has gone much better than it has. And I was looking forward to the Fate of the Furious. I'm not a fan of the title. I will start by saying I do not like this title. I understand what they're going for. Fate rhymes with 8, so you know, that's clever. Ooh. How was the movie? It was really enjoyable. I had a great time with the movie. Is it stupid? Of course it is. Is it ridiculous? Absolutely. You don't go into this movie expecting Oscar-winning material. Maybe Oscar-winning action sequences, but not like Oscar-winning dialogue or acting or directing or whatever. You don't expect any of that going into this movie, and if you do, then you're cynical as hell. But let's start off with how I felt about the action sequences. All of them are great, especially the third act in Russia. That was fantastic. You know, the third act goes balls to the wall. It's bonkers, similar to the ending of Rogue One. It's insane. It's really great. I was cheering, my audience was clapping, we were having a blast. I went with a few friends, we all had a great time, and that was the good thing about these movies. That's the good thing about these movies in general. You go to these movies and you just want to have fun. You just like to shut off your brain and just have a blast. I don't think this movie was as good as 5, 6, or 7, but I still really enjoyed The Fate of the Furious because the action, like I said, is really well done. I thought F. Gary Gray did a really good job directing the action sequences as well as the movie in general. Now, granted, this isn't the best directed Fast and Furious movie, but for someone coming from an NWA biopic to a Fast and Furious movie, I think he did a really good job. And the guy has done action before. If you guys have seen The Italian Job, which ironically stars Charlize Theron and Jason Statham, 2 people that are in this movie, then you know that he could direct action. The writing is really dumb. The dialogue is really bad. But that's the point. The dialogue's not supposed to be great. It's supposed to be cheesy, enjoyable, fluff. The camaraderie between The Rock and Jason Statham's characters was really, really great. I know that some people have been kind of like, about it. Me, personally, I thought it was great because I've always been a big fan of The Rock, so him going back and forth with Jason Statham was really, really great. Just the roasting they did to each other, I loved it a lot. I like all the characters. I love all these characters, and you know, everyone portrays them well. I still think Dwayne Johnson is a standout as Hobbs. I love Jason Statham being in this movie. Did he have to be here? Not necessarily, but I loved seeing him here. Then all the original people, Vin Diesel, Michelle Rodriguez, Ludacris, Tyrese Gibson, they're all good too. I liked Charlize Theron in the movie. I felt like there should have been a little more with her character. Like, she was behind a screen most of the time. Like, yeah, you saw her face, and yeah, she may have kicked ass a bit. But the thing is, she wasn't like physically fighting everybody, which I wanted to see her do. Because when you watch movies like Mad Max or the upcoming Atomic Blonde, you could see that Charlize Theron has really strong vibes in an action movie. And I don't know why she didn't do much fighting, but I still thought she gave a really good performance. Like, she wasn't amazing or anything. She's not my favorite villain in the Fast and Furious franchise, but for what she was given, I thought she did good. I will say the movie is a little too long. I think the movie clocks in like 2 hours and 15 minutes. Once we get to the third act, it picks up really quickly, but the first 2 acts are a tad bit slow because they're building stuff up. I thought the movie was a little too long. I thought there were some moments of dialogue where I actually shook my head, where I'm like, that was really bad. Like, that was poorly written. Just get that out of there. Just go. There was one character that came into the movie, and they were there for a little while, and honestly, I didn't really see the purpose of them being in the movie, and I'm not going to spoil who it is, but I'm just like, yeah, they didn't have to be in it because they're really not that important, but when you find out why they're there, you could kind of understand it. It may feel forced, like the storyline that goes on, but it is kind of sweet and heartbreaking. But other than that, I really enjoyed The Fate of the Furious. This franchise has gotten so much better. I really am so happy that this franchise is still going, but I really would love it to end, but I know it's not going to end. I do believe there's 2 more coming out, which is absolutely insane. Can you believe there will be 10 Fast and Furious movies? That's insane. This franchise started when I was 3 years old. I'm 19. This franchise has been going on for 16 years. That's crazy. I'm going to give The Fate of the Furious a B+. Guys, tell me what you thought of this movie. If you saw, what is your favorite Fast and Furious movie so far? And what did you think of F. Gary Gray's direction for this particular movie? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.